So I'll be honest with you, I was not bothered to record today. I was not interested in the slightest. But for me, it was something that I felt was incredibly necessary because discipline is super important, right? It is probably one of the most important things in this life, discipline, because it allows you to do the things that you're not bothered to do or you can't be asked to do, despite the fact whether you're tired, whether you can't be bothered, whether you have other commitments, whatever the case, but it's the discipline that allows you to stay aligned with your goal. And it's the discipline that your future self will thank you for when it comes down to where you are looking to go as far as brand building is concerned. So for this video, this may not even be particularly long, but it's more so just to reinforce the importance of just showing up, right? And for me, I have been uploading one long form video for over 100 days now, right? I've shared loads of content as far as brand building is concerned, as far as PR is concerned, marketing, and effectively how you're able to build a level of brand authority, right? Which is your personal brand multiplied by your business brand multiplied by your campaign brand. When you have those three brands aligned, it makes you more visible and credible to your desired target audience. And that would drive more leads, which would then drive more clients and ultimately more revenue for your business, right? And for me, it's the reinforcement of that alone, which highlights the importance of discipline and why you need to keep going despite the fact. Because what you decide to do now is the thing that's going to dictate your future, right? And when I'm not following the script, it can get a bit woo woo. But I think it's incredibly important to realize that the things that you are doing now, today, are the things that's going to impact your life later down the line. So it's in your best interest to think to yourself, what is it that I am willing to do in order for me to get to a better future, whatever that future looks like for you? And for me, I talk a lot about the importance of brand authority more so because that is the whole point of where this life is going as far as putting yourself out there and building businesses and showcasing yourself. It all ties down to the idea of building your brand. And with the idea of that, you have to identify how far are you willing to go for it. Like I said in my video yesterday, how long or how many years are you willing to commit to the mission at hand in order for you to get to your end goal? And there will be days like today where I just don't feel inspired in the slightest to record content or to just do anything really. But that's where the importance of discipline comes into it. Discipline is what allows you to stay focused on the mission at hand despite how you're feeling, right? And for me, a lot of the discipline comes down to the idea of investment, right? And for me, I feel that investing in your brand in this day and age is the most important thing that you can do. And the idea of investing comes down to two particular ways to invest, right? So, firstly, it's investing your time to your brand. And then, secondly, it's investing your money into your brand. So, let's start with the idea of investing your time, right? In this day and age, a lot of people are becoming creators, right? A lot of people are now realizing that it's in their best interest to be creating more than they consume. So, with that, it is incredibly important to then realize where everything is going. A lot of people are creating more than they're consuming. So, where do you fit in this bubble? Are you someone who is very much more of a consumer than a creator, or would you say that you are more of a creator than a consumer? Let me know in the comments, please, as it will be good to get your thoughts. Because for me, I was very much a heavy consumer, I would say. And it was only through me starting to write content, right? When I started my music blog all those years back, that was my first instance of creating more, creating more content in that sense. But what stopped me in that side of things was, as I always mention in these videos as well, the fear of doing these particular things, putting myself on camera, being very much camera facing, learning how to speak to the camera. Back in the day, that was close to impossible for me to be doing. But now it has given me a elevated idea of what creating means for myself. Unfortunately, I've now come to a place where I now create a lot more than I consume. And don't get me wrong, the consumption of content and how you're able to learn from others is still incredibly important. But then that's when you have to understand that split when it comes down to the investment of your time. How much time are you willing to invest in your brand by creating and being a creator rather than a consumer? Because with you being a consumer more than a creator, you're not able to create as much if you're consuming too much, right? And that's where we need to understand, where do you fit in that? What is your sort of ratio when it comes down to the amount of content that you consume compared to the amount of content that you create, that allows you to invest the valid amount of time into your brand that will then lead to opportunities down the line? So that's the one part, right? And then secondly, the investment of money. And for me, I was very skeptical for a long time when it came down to the idea of parting ways with my money for particular services, right? And I suppose that may have come down to the fact that I was very much, say, penny pinching, you could argue. Whatever money I was receiving, I was very much like not really looking to give it away for things that I felt wasn't possible or didn't relate to myself. And I would say that's shifted quite a lot now. I'm very much someone who looks at the idea of investing with my money and really putting my money where my mouth is when it comes down to working with the best of the best in order to get better results and to become that person that I am working towards becoming each and every day. And it is through the investment of both time and money that allows me to reinforce that level of discipline, because I know that I have put in the time already. So then it does not hurt for me to realize that I need to put in more time in order to get more results, in order to produce more content, in order to diversify and amplify it and distribute it to those who need to hear it. And although this video in particular isn't very much a these are the three things you need to learn about branding or any of those sort of videos that I may do, it is more so just to reinforce that investing in your brand is important. And you invest in your brand with the time, and that's by showing up even during the times you don't feel like it. And then the money side, by understanding who it is that you are looking to invest in, that will then invest in you and provide you the knowledge and the know-how to improve your life over time. So with myself, I have a very long list. I have a very long list of people from all walks of life, from various different countries, people who I have seen do amazing things that inspire me each and every day. That I'm thinking to myself, I will invest my money in all these people because they made me realize through consuming their content, right, that it is through the level of consistency and discipline that gets you to where you want to go, right? Whatever that end goal looks like for you. So for me, being able to identify that in various people through my journey made me realize that this is the list of people that I need to work with at some stage because I feel that they speak the way I speak effectively and they think the way that I think, right? And through that, their heightened level of thinking is something that will benefit me in the pursuit of greatness, right? In the pursuit of success. So ultimately, this video is very much a video just to say, keep going, keep going. Because firstly, you don't know who's watching. I'm sure there is one or two or three of you who watch my content every single day, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Let me know if that's the case, and please do click in the description box down below and subscribe to my Substack. That's where I put a lot of content out now. I'm going to be very much aggressive on Substack when it comes down to producing more content to those who really want to build a seven-figure brand in real time, right? But the time to get these things done is now because I talk about the personal branding deadline, the 30th of November 2027, in practically all my videos. And the closer we get to this deadline, the more I understand why it's important that I do these videos and why I upload these videos every single day. And to be honest with you, the deadline alone is the discipline that I need in order to get this content done, whether I feel like it or not. Because I know by the time we get to the deadline, the 30th of November 2027, the shift between those who started at the time when they should have started and the ones who tried to start during that time is going to be a whole different ball game. It's not even going to be funny. And in fairness, it scares me. It scares me into action, right? And before I even end this one, if you cannot figure out what it is that is going to drive you to do something, right, based on the fact that it's necessary, then you may just have to think about the thing that scares you the most and do it based on that because ultimately it doesn't matter what part you fall on, whether you fall from the part of doing it because you're scared or doing it from the place of the utmost confidence, you're still using something as a vehicle in order for you to move forward. So I would say figure that out as soon as possible before it's too late, right? So that's it in this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you got this far. And I will catch you tomorrow. Peace out. Look after yourself.